All right. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your master of martial arts. It is the first of the new year. Well, it's the third of the new year, but we are returning to a kung fu movie, a war movie with kung fu in it, or at least martial arts. And it is 1987's Eastern Condors. And this is quite a good movie. We are at 732, wait, 932 subscribers, where that means we're only 68 subscribers away from 1,000. We can get there together. I'd really appreciate it. Oh, this is where, well, anyway. And before we get too much further, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. What do you think about this movie? I'd be willing to bet that Blake will chime in because he's my guru here. I get the names and faces and all confused. That's on me. When you get to be of a certain vintage, it happens. So, you can just leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about that. I really think Samo's one of the most underrated, at least in this country, choreographers and filmmakers. And this movie really proves it. So, having said all that, and without much further ado, let's roll. This is a Golden Harvest presentation, and it was the production company was Boho Films and Paragon Films, distributed by Fortune Star and Golden Harvest. Now, I did get this from the Internet Archive, but it was the English dubbed, one of the English dubbed versions. There's two apparently. I don't know which one it was. I was looking for the subtitled one, but this is what we got. So it really doesn't matter. It's well dubbed for all it is, and beautifully shot. I mean, the cinematography by Ao Gam Hung and Arthur Wong is wonderful. This part was shot in Canada, pretending to be the US, and then most of the rest of the movie was shot in the Philippines, pretending to be Vietnam. So Eastern Condors, and then you get everyone who's starring in it: Sammo Hung, Yen Biao, Joyce Cadenzi, Sammo's wife, at least at the time, Hang S. Nyor, who is an Oscar winner, Lam Ching Ying, Yen Wu Ping, Corey Yen Kwai, if you want it, Billy Chow, etc. Yen Biao. Yeah, Yuan Biao. So Yuan Biao. And so the movie set in 76 USA. Well, obviously it was released July 9th, 1987. Running time says 100 minutes. The running time I had for this one was 96 minutes, 98 minutes. So pretty close to 100 minutes. It goes by pretty quickly. Anyway, there's a funny bit here with them playing Reveille. No. Well, they're raising the flag, and they have a problem. And, Lam Ching Ying is our hero, sort of. But then we get some stock footage. They want him and his buddy there to go in to Vietnam and destroy a bunch of missiles because the general says we lost. This is 1987. So obviously not made here in the States because we crushed the Viet Cong almost, according to the song in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And there is our Mr. Vampire himself, Lam Ching Ying, who is the lead in the movie. He is, where'd he go? Lieutenant Colonel Lam. So, well done there. So they recruit 12, count them 12 prisoners, but been arrested there. And there's some slight racism from the people the police saying, well, we can always go arrest more. They're all Chinese American soldiers. So this is the Dirty Dozen done via Hong Kong. And there's Sammo, who lost 30 pounds. I didn't even hardly recognize him, but you can always tell by the scar there. But he's much more slender because he didn't want to come across as a comedic figure during this very serious movie. There's some light humor in it and a lot of toilet humor. Not a lot, but enough. And these two had some history together. I don't know which one that is. Sorry. It was just really hard to keep track of. There's 12 of them. And of course, I've never seen the Dirty Dozen. I know, shoot me. My brother loves it. One of his favorite movies. Um, and there's the other guy who's supposed to be going with him. I think that's Melvin Wong as Colonel Young. I'm guessing, but they take off. That's our hero's plane, and we find out like, well, there's our three gorilla women. Joyce Cadenzi with the braids. I think that number two is Chu Min Han, and number three on this side. I don't know which one is Ha Chu Chin. Chu Chun. Um, they're all waiting for them. This was Ha Chu Chin's last movie, and Chu Man Yan does not have any link to tell you anything. So they're waiting for him. Well, actually, they're not waiting for him. They know they're headed there. That's their contact. They're Cambodians fighting against the Viet Cong. And there's a Viet Cong guard post. They run out and they kill all of them. See, there are some lighter moments here, but it's just lovely that she's flying through the air like that. And they're dead. So there's our heroes, Samo, and these two talk to each other. They all bicker and talk, and they don't know why they're headed over there to destroy this munitions dump that the Americans left. And there's the vet. They just received word that the other plane has been shot down and everyone's dead. And they tell him, and he's like, "We're gonna the mission's scrubbed." And he's like, "They've already jumped. I'm not leaving them there. Tell them you didn't. Tell them I didn't hear it till I left." There you go. Now, one of the guys has a stutter, and of course he's supposed to count to 40, 40, 20, one of the two, and then pull a chute, but he counts out loud instead of in his head. I don't know if people stutter inside voices, but yeah, there's a lot of that. So there's Joyce. They meet him. They find out he's dead, and then this is Vietnam in the morning, and it's just beautiful. Look at how green the Philippines are. But they find the body of the uh, stuttering Kung Lao Chao Sang, and he's dead. So the first they're down one already. There's someone who's watching everything. Keep an eye on her, as we've seen already. But they all go over the plan, and then suddenly, boats of the Viet Cong show up, platoon or pontoon boats. Or platoon was a couple years later, right? And they start firing. Then there's kabooms. There's a lot of big explosions here, which wouldn't really happen. But Samo does a chung jong to this guy's heart, probably a little lower to rupture anything. And so there's our first brief skirmish with the martial arts. They all run out, and we just there's just lots of things here. So more of the enemy shows up, and there is Yen Biao, and he plays. They call him Weasel in the dub, but he's known as Rat in the Chinese version. Chen Man Ye. And of course, I forget how athletic and acrobatic this young man was at the time. Holy crap. I mean, he did lots of, just incredible things. There's his bike. So he's like the black market peddler who brings chocolate and U.S. stuff to the two of the villages. And the uncle says, "Here's some gold to get us. We can get out of here." And there is the uncle. Um, Wait a minute. Let me go back up here. Lung. Yang asked Lamb to find his brother Lung. So, where is Lung there? Lung. This says Corey Young. Corey Yen plays Judy Wu. That's an interesting name. Melvin Wong was Colonel Yang, and his, let's see. I don't know. Doesn't say. Yeah, sorry, Blake, you'll have to fill us in on that. Bully here shows up. Well, of course, Rat is selling them bootleg liquor, and he said he got the runs, although he used a different word. He's making them, but he cracks him over the head, tells him to get out, and then he finds our strike force there. And he's like, because the brother there is feigning like he's crazy to protect himself, and so There's lots of. I mean, these two have such great chemistry. If you watch Dragons Forever with including Jackie, the Three Stooges in Kung Fu, I wish I liked that movie more than I did. I'll have to watch it again. So he's really good. I mean, he's really the underrated as well. But he's pretending that Joyce is his bride to be, but of course that doesn't work. Everything blows up. A fight ensues. A cannon is brought out. Kaboom! His poor bike. There's a lot of shooting and blowing up. I'm not a huge fan of war movies overall, but because this has kung fu in it, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun in the what? It's really kind of. I mean, it's bleak and dire because they're on a suicide mission. This is, the Suicide Squad from the '60s, except they're not going to the dinosaur island. Which boy wouldn't have that been fun? Anyway, this guy here hits on all the women, and they rebuff him very coldly. This is just a great shot here. And, once again, Yen Biao being very acrobatic. And Samo being incredibly acrobatic. Yeah, losing 30 pounds by eating chicken, rice, and something else, it said there. Chicken, rice, and low salt soy sauce and water. I would assume he drank water. But geez, I mean, more fighting, and so yeah, he goes and hits on this one, which was a bad idea, and then he finds out they're being attacked. Somehow the enemy keeps finding them. Somebody's leaving them clues. So I just love the way the film is just shot beautifully. There's sometimes it's beautifully shot. There's it's a little too dark, but that could be the transfer. They get to the enemy base. The kids are playing the deer hunter here, not the beer hunter, but the deer hunter. And they hold it up there, and then they shoot the guy, the prisoner, and they're making the kids do it. It's just awful. I mean, war is hell. It's truly hell. There's no real winners. So they're torturing the colonel, but she tells, well, that's where we find out. Well, while that's happening, Joyce is doing some incredible acrobatic moves underwater and frees herself. So here's the kids once again shooting. They threaten to kill the crazy person, the crazy uncle slash guy with the treasure, and then the captain of the garrison comes by and whaps the kid in the back and says, "Don't shoot him. We need him. We still need to interrogate him." So then they blow this poor schlub here away. I mean, it's bloody and effective, but it's scary. We find out she's the traitor, and she's told the captain that the colonel won't give up because he's made of iron or steel. And she calls and radios ahead and says, "We need some more backup or something." Samo gets away. Joyce unties everybody. She doesn't have a name in the movie, so I'm just going to call her Joyce. And Samo gets out. The guy calls him fat, and he beats the teetotaling snot out of him. And then she realizes, I got to betray my own. I can't let them find out I'm a double agent. So she kills her own men, and they all get away. And then this guy's dead. Everyone's sad. Samo does some comforting. Now they throw down their weapons. All of them do. And they make the colonel, he's like, "We're not going." This guy, colonel, is like, or says, "Okay, we're not going unless you tell us what's going on." "I can't tell you." "Well, we're not going. We're not going to fight for you because we're not going to get killed. We'll just stay here and get killed." And then the crazy guy suddenly he's not crazy anymore and tells him that somebody's a traitor. And he's like, "It's one of these three." He knows it's one of them. And then rats her out. She runs away, and I think it's her sister. I think their sisters. She doesn't want to shoot her, but this one blows her brains out. I mean, so she's there. They all leave, and then the giggling general shows up. That's Yen Hua, who is just astounding. He's the Peter Lorre here in this movie from Raiders of the Lost Ark, but earlier. But I mean, you can see blew her brains out, just killed her. She's like, "You disgust me." Boom. And then I don't even remember why the helicopter's here, but it's obviously Chinese or Vietnamese. It's got the red star on it. And now you can just hear the MASH theme playing, can't you? Do, do, do. Because suicide is painless. It brings on many changes. They're just hanging around eating. I mean, it just kind of humanizes these guys that they're still, even though they're the bad guys in the movie, they still do the same things. They eat, they drink, they urinate, and they're like, okay, we're all going here. This is our plan. And I think that's supposed to be Samo jumping down onto a moving vehicle. So they did just a little bit of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but what a stud! Got the two. He pops the grenades and says, "If you shoot me, I'm going to drop these and we'll all die. We'll all die." These two climb under there, under the truck. Another great stunt. The stunts in here are astounding, and a lot of them, are still done by the actors. They don't think to look under or in, and but of course, Samo tries to get out, and they grab him, so he just drops the grenades. Everybody jumps out. Joyce takes over the rat's nest there, and they start, trying to blow away people. Some of these guys are injured, and then Rat and Joyce come out, and there's Samo jumping. He does 3 of these trampoline jumps now. I don't know how long it took him to do that, but I am sure in this movie, lots of the stunt performers, and I'm sure the actors probably got wounded. There's no outtake reel, even though Jackie had started that with Project A2, I forget. Got it from Burt Reynolds from Cannonball Run, right? Right. And there's another flying through the air. That might be Yen Biao, and if that is, he's doing it. Samo grabs the big gun, blows him away, just mows him down. But unfortunately, these two are wounded, probably dying, and are left, and they're going to take over with the big gun. This is how many are left. You don't even see the. Oh no, she's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 are left now, or 6 because Rat there isn't really part of the group until now. There they are waiting for him, and here they come. Now you'll notice right here there's a little kablooey, and it kabloos bigly. I mean, I told you there's lots of great explosions in this movie, and he's ready to take them on. And there's the giggling general. That's what he's called. I don't know if that's what he's called in the credits, but I tell you, he is not human. So they find the cave where the munitions are. So we're getting to the end here. This movie moves quickly. It's not boring. There's no wasted space. The editor did a great job. Who's the editor? Let's look at that. Edited by Peter Chung. Did a great job. Music was by Sherman Chow. And of course, Samo directed it. And it was written by Barry Wong, produced by Corey Yun, Wu Ma, Jeffrey Lau, and Leonard Ho. But it's just, there's no extra scenes that weren't needed. Look at all those missiles. So this is what they're here to blow up. Now, of course, the Cambodian women, the guerrillas, want to keep them so they can use them against the Viet Cong. And they're like, we can't do that. And then, so unfortunately, they have a fight. Samo chops his wife's hand off. I mean, it falls down there, so she's a stump now. And she can't believe it. So they're setting up the timers to blow everything, to blow up the missiles, and then the giggling general and his minions show up, and he's like, "Stop shooting! You're going to hit the missiles, and that would blow everybody up." Yeah. So this guy grabs 2 guns, does the whole machine gun kid thing, a superhero I invented in the 70s. I don't know why, but I thought it was a cool title. And then he gets mown down. I mean, he gets shot. Look at that squib going off there. Or spider webs here because it has been. Now, Joyce and the other number 3 there, I'm thinking, I don't know. They're like, well, we've blown it. We can't let them get it because now they know where it is. So we got to join the other side again. And everybody starts to get killed. I mean, and here's Rat doing some more acrobatic stuff. There's Samo, and I believe that actually was Samo flying through the air. Jeez. Unfortunately, this guy gets killed right in front of the giggling general, who giggles. The colonel is setting up the munitions. They've got, I don't know, it says like 1.2, but it's more than that. And he sacrifices himself to stop this guy. I don't remember what. Boot to the head. Good job. Look at that athleticism. I mean, oh, geez. They sacrifice for their art. he challenges this guy to fight him like a man, so he does, and it's a nice. This is so. Here's the longest martial arts fights in the movie. He's fighting that. Samo's up here fighting. Oh, he actually hangs him. And so this guy got kicked in the nuts. The giggling general's giggling and watching Samo fight. Joyce attacks him with a knife and a stumpy arm. Oh, that one's painful. He thinks he's killed her because he stabs her, but she gets him in a leg scissors and stabs him, and then they both die. So and Joyce is dead. The other girl's dead, and then Samo's up there fighting the lead minion. Blake will have to come through and tell me who that is. Tell all of us who that is. And it's a good fight. It's brutal. I mean, it looks Muay Thai-ish, but Muay Thai does not have a stranglehold on elbows and knees, and that's just don't believe it. But because Charlie Foot has elbows, a baojang, if you want to know what a strike to the head is with an elbow. So there's a nice crane stance, and I don't know what his hand maneuver is. I don't recognize that. Still, Samo just picks him up and drops him over that and breaks his back, and then throws him over there. Meanwhile, the giggling general is using probably Northern Eagle Claw to try to separate Yen's shoulder blades, his scapulas, from his body, which looks incredibly painful. I left the next shot out. So Samo comes down, and he is in I want to call that a monkey or a crane style, but I think it's more monkey. And he does the whole Bruce Lee thing here, and they fight. And it's a good one. But see, once again, he's going for soft tissue areas and trying to strangle him with his own headband, which is just a dumb thing to wear during any kind of fight. Samo takes it off and gives him a boot to the chest and head. And that one hurt him. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, 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 oh. Then he's had enough of this guy and stuffs a live grenade into his mouth. Kaboom again. You can see his legs there. I mean, then there's bodies everywhere. So Rat wakes up because the sprinklers go off. He was knocked out earlier. They all jump down, and that is the one survivor is Dai Hoi. And he's the guy with the glasses on. See, 8 seconds left, and then it starts to explode. This is a miniature right there. There's a miniature with water coming through, and once again, it's so hard to make miniature water look like a real true flood. I mean, Superman couldn't do it. You know how much I love that movie. Clash of the Titans actually did it pretty well, but really, if you want to see a good flood scene, go watch Megalon burst through the dam in Godzilla vs. Megalon. Yeah, I said it. So there's a miniature. There's a matte line right here it's pretty well done. It's fun to see the miniature mountain just collapse in and of itself. They end up headed down the river and going over a waterfall. You can see a tiny little body there. I don't know who the stuntmen were, but I hope they got paid a lot. And that is the end of the movie. You can see that they're waiting there for the American helicopter to show up. One of Dai Hoi is bad-mouthing America, and they say, "Where are you going to end up?" "Oh, America." So it's a good way to end it on a not serious note, and they've done their job, and hopefully they'll be rescued. But look at that. I mean, I know it's supposed to be Vietnam, but holy crap!
Oh, gee, what was that?
It was frightening, wasn't it?
It was horror.
Hey, you know what, Colin?
What, Ryan?
That's what all the songs in this CD set are about. Horror.
Are you saying that every song on this CD album has to do with horror?
You bet I am. 800 songs on 300 CDs.
That's
all about horror.
The Philippines are gorgeous. So that's where the movie ends. And tomorrow we will be watching Horror, which is why that's in there. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, which I've never seen, and it's on Spend tonight, so we're going to review it. But it looks interesting. It's kind of a mess of a movie, but so far that I've watched a little bit of it, thanks to the Internet Archive. But I think it'll be passable. It's a Hammer film. So, my fellow agents, until our next assignment, I know this one has run long, a little long, longer than usual, but I am X7. I am signing off and phasing out.